Hello there, beautiful. How you doing today? I haven't seen you around here before. Are you new here?
Nah.
Say, you want to have a beer? Would you like to have a beer with me on my stoop? Hey, Ella, can you grab me a couple beers out of the icebox?
I'm trying to do my homework.
Come on, I would do favors for you all the time. Can you please?
If you want a beer, get it yourself.
Come on, why are you giving me such a hard time? I do things for you all the time.
Like what? Drink? Sit around and drink and smoke and give orders? If you want to flirt with a girl out on the street, don't expect me to help you. And Mama doesn't want you drinking anyway.
Listen, your mother and I have an agreement. I get to drink while I babysit you. Now, stop talking back and do me the favor and get me a couple of beers. I'll be right with you in a second, hon. Thank you.
You know what that bitch said to me? I said, bitch, get the hell out of my face before I kick your ass, and I ain't playing. Hell yeah. You know what I said to her? You know what she said to me?
No, what?
She said, go ahead, and basically dared me to slap her. So that's what I did.
What?
And then I was like, excuse me. Excuse me. Is my conversation that interesting to you?
I honestly wasn't listening to you.
I honestly was not listening to you.
Like hell you weren't. Bitch, I'm talking to you.
I honestly had no interest in your conversation whatsoever.
Bitch, I'm talking to you. Don't act like you don't hear me.
Don't touch me ever again.
Sit down, both of you.
Wow, that was pretty awesome.
What was?
You standing up to that girl, Ella. She pretty much runs the show here. You certainly showed her who's boss.
I don't care about her. She means nothing to me. I just want to do my time and get out of here.
Yeah, but you don't understand. You stood up to the most feared girl in this place. They won't be bullying you anymore. She'll be showing you respect. It's like punching the bully in the nose.
I don't care. I just want to be left alone.
You know when we were talking about me being a badass? Well, that was truly badass. I couldn't have done that.
I've learned a long time ago that you can never allow yourself to be abused. Because like you said, if you let the abusers get away with one thing, then they'll just take another and then another.
If you don't mind me asking, does this come from experience as well?
After we arrived in Yonkers, my mother met this man, Joseph. I don't know what she saw in him. Yes, he was good looking, but he was a good for nothing. My mother used to work all the time. Joseph only worked when he felt like it. She would be out all day, and he would be sitting at home or waiting around on the stoop, looking for what he could get.
Didn't your mother see?
What was wrong with him? I don't think so. Or I don't think she wanted to. She was just desperate to have some company. Any company. Then one day, it was over like that. She was killed crossing the street. A hit and run.
Oh, God. Ella, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry. So, anyways, the problem was that my mother never kept up with her family in Virginia. So I couldn't go back to them. So I was stuck living with Joseph. And he went from giving me too little attention to giving me too much attention, if you know what I mean.
Ella! Ella, please, I'm so lonely. Please give me a hug, Ella.
Leave me alone,
Please.
please. Don't touch me.
Oh, shit. So, what ended up happening?
Well, I was lying in bed and he came home from a night of drinking. And he got on the bed on top of me.
And?
Well, I was fed up, so I hit him in the head with an iron.
An iron? Like in the cartoons.
It's totally not funny. Do not make me laugh.
But it is funny.
Well, maybe it's a little bit funny, but I certainly didn't want to be around the next day for his hangover and broken head. So I decided to open up to my social worker and tell her exactly what happened.
Oh, so there's a happy ending to the story after all.
I wish I could say that.
So you're telling me I'll take this young girl on. I will get $5 a week in housing allowance and another 10 in food.
That's right. You can start right now by signing on dotted line.
And I don't have to buy anything extra or to cook. I hate to cook.
Well, she would need chores to do, just like anyone else. Who knows, maybe she likes to cook. Were you close to her mother, Tempe?
Nah, I hadn't seen her in years. I haven't seen Ella since she was a baby.
Well, Ella would be homeless if it wasn't for you. This is a beneficial thing for both of you.
I realized pretty quickly that this whole thing was a scam.
Is this the one? So you must be Ella. Come on over here, precious. It's been years since I've seen you. How's my baby doing? Sorry it's such a mess in here. I've got 2 jobs. Barely any time to clean or cook. Ella, I can use some help with some things around this house. You okay with that?
Where would she be sleeping?
There's a very nice bedroom behind this kitchen here. We've got indoor plumbing, bathrooms on both floors.
Ella, it's a big step up from where you were. How do you feel about it?
Okay, I suppose.
Well, I'm just gonna go back here and talk to you things with your aunt. Why don't you make yourself at home for the moment?
Doesn't seem like much of a talker, this one. Do I need to worry about any attitude problems?
Ella's had a lot to deal with over the last year. The death of her mother, some issues at home. Ella's a strong girl. She'll be okay.
Ella, I will need you to do the laundry every week. The cooking, cleaning up the house.
I realized pretty quickly that food on the dinner table for breakfast, lunch, and dinner was not to be given. Her priorities were 1, alcohol, and number 2, cigarettes. I don't know if she drank before or during work, but I do know that's all she did the minute she got home.
So all that extra money she was making on you.
Wasn't going to me. That's correct. The irony was that it still felt 100 times safer than living with Joseph.
It's Gerald. You're wanted in the office.
Now?
Now.
Hello, Ella. I'm Dr. Moreno. I'm a psychologist here at the training school. I'm here to help you during your stay here.
Oh, well, hi.
So, how are you feeling? Is everything okay? Are you feeling all right?
Yes, okay.
Been looking over your file. It says here you're originally from Virginia. Then you came up north with your mother to Yonkers, and then she died, passed away. And then you stayed with your stepfather and then your aunt?
Yes, sir.
Seems to me you've had a lot of hard times in your young life.
I don't know, sir. It seems like it's no harder than most.
Ella, you don't know me, so you have no reason to trust me. But I want you to understand that my role here is to problem solve for you. If you have a problem, I want you to come here and tell me about it. Understood?
Sure.
Well, it says here there was some trouble in the dining hall yesterday with a girl named Lakeisha Morris. Can we talk about that?
I'm sorry. I'm not sure who that is.
It was the girl that you got into the conflict with in the cafeteria yesterday?
Oh, you mean the girl with the white elastics in her hair?
Yes, I suppose so.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that was her name. Well, I was doing everything in my power to avoid it. She was insisting that I was listening into her conversation, which I wasn't. I had no interest in her conversation whatsoever.
And?
And then she started calling me names.
Like?
Is it okay if I say them?
Yeah.
Like the B word and the C word. Then she got up from her seat and started poking me in the back. And she was trying to bully me. And I've been bullied before. And I've learned when you let a bully get away with bullying, it just opens the door for more bullying. And so I stood up face to face with her and told her to never touch me ever again. And pushed her as hard as I could.
Why didn't you just signal the guard for help?
I realized in retrospect, that's what I should have done.
Can I ask you the next time you have a problem like this, come to me?
Sure.
Reading your file, I know what happened with you regarding your mother and your stepfather. But it says there that after that you went to live in Harlem with your aunt. Can you tell me what happened there? Your aunt described you during the trial as being ungovernable, which I find rather difficult to believe now that I've met you.
Well, my aunt wasn't feeding me.
Is that you, Ella? Where you been, girl?
Just out getting a bite to eat.
A bite to eat? Where?
Just up the street and in the desert.
Are you saying I ain't feeding you?
No.
Have you seen the conditions of this house? It's filthy.
Okay, I'll get to it.
When? Tomorrow? The next day?
No, I'll get to it now.
See that you do. Unless you want to end up homeless again. You wouldn't want that now, would you?
So how did you go from living with an aunt to working for a...
What are you doing there?
I was,
Are you actually looking for food? Are you hungry?
I,
How old are you, kid? Like 15?
14.
Can I buy you lunch? I hate to see a kid your age go hungry.
Sure.
Hold on there, kid. No one's gonna take it from you.
I haven't eaten in 2 days.
Don't make yourself sick. I can give you money if you need food.
Why are you buying me lunch?
Let's just say I've been there, girl. Done some dumpster diving myself when I first came to town, and it wasn't pretty.
What do you do now?
You don't want to know.
Yes, I do want to know.
What's your name, by the way, kid?
Ella.
Well, Ella, I'm what's known in some quarters as a fancy lady, if you get my drift.
No.
Men pay me for my services?
Like a maid?
No, not like a maid.
So you're like a prostitute?
Jesus Christ, kid, why don't you just blurt it out? Yeah, I'm a hooker. What are you looking at? So anyway, kid, what's your story? Why don't you have anything to eat?
Well, my mother died, and I was left with my stepfather, and he was touching me. So they put me up here in Harlem with my aunt.
And why isn't your aunt feeding you?
She drinks most of the time.
That's terrible. So you basically have no one looking after you.
Yes.
I was kind of in the same situation myself when I was about 15. I was on my own, and then I met Miss Mills. She took me under her wing, and she made sure I was always taken care of.
Yes?
Certainly unconventional work, not for everyone.
You mean?
Not prostitution, kid. I would never ask you to do that, nor would she. Besides you being too young, you don't look like the type, Ella.
So what would it entail?
It would basically be you a lookout. You would stand out on the street corner, maybe even sit in a cafe, keep an eye out for the cops. Our lookouts have a system. Some further away, some closer. They exchange a series of signals so that the house isn't taken by surprise.
Yes, I think I could do that.
Great.
So that's what happened?
Yes, basically that's what happened.
And they never asked you to participate in their profession?
No, and I kept going to school every day. It was like an evening job from 6 to 9. They got the older kids to do the later hours.
explains the grades. You kept your grade point average up.
Yes.
So how did you end up here?
Well, I was sitting in the window seat of the luncheonette, maybe concentrating too much of my homework, when I missed a bunch of police coming down the street and raiding the place. A policeman comes up to me and asks me what I was doing there, and I couldn't come up with a story fast enough. And that's when I knew I was being led away, and then I was sent here.
Did your aunt try to help you? Did she try to keep you or anything?
No, that's when in court she said I was ungovernable.
Well, I must say, this is all very sad. I feel sad for you. Is there anything I can do for you here? It says something about here about you being in a choir in your school. Do you like to sing?
Yes, very much.
Well, we have a choir here, a very good choir. Would you like to participate in that?
Yes. But I thought that was for awarded behavior.
Well, I think judging from what you've just told me, that you've really been a victim of circumstance. I mean, nothing what's happened to you has really been your fault. Would you like to try?
Yes.
Well, you'd have to audition. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. I'll speak to the choir master, Mr. Ellison. He's a volunteer from town. In the meantime, will you keep me informed if you're having any more problems here?
Sure.
Thank you.
So, who was you meeting with today?
It was with the prison psychologist. I thought I was going to be in trouble because of what happened at the mess hall this morning. But he started asking me questions about my mother, my stepfather, what happened to me in Harlem.
Did you tell him the truth?
Yes.
How did he take it?
Well, he seemed to have a little bit of sympathy in me.
That was...
Either brave or crazy. I know.
Did he say anything else to you?
Well, at the end, he asked me to join the prison choir.
What? Are you kidding? I thought that was only for the girls with unblemished records.
That's what I thought too.
When's the audition?
Tomorrow.
Do you know what you're gonna sing?
I was thinking Throw Out the Lifeline. Have you heard it?
No, but I like the title. Seems appropriate for this place.